Hey guys, gonna make another video today. I finally got some time off work, and I figured I would use that time to show you guys how to make G10 scales for the Swiss Army knife, 58mm model, the size of the classic. You can do this with any size, really. I mean, it's just this is the example I'm gonna use. This one is a little bit bigger than the classics. Yeah, as you can see, this one being the classic. Yeah, these are just my examples I have so far. This is my first attempt at any of this, which was the Mini Champ, the original version. I think this one came out nice. Still want to kind of finish the scales a little bit better. I want to polish them. These ones use P-Ply G10. This one's the Executive. This one is the Classic. And I added lanyards to this one and the Mini Champ that kind of matched it. I thought those were kind of cool. And we're also going to add a lanyard to the one that we make today. Yes, this is the coarse texture P-Ply orange G10, which is kind of cool. Because obviously I can't do that texturing on my own. Maybe someday I'll get some thicker G10 and do the Anso pattern, or Anso, however you pronounce it. Yeah, so those are just some examples of it. Anyway, this model is the Rover, not the Rambler. It has the cap lifter, screwdriver, wire splitter, stripper, the emergency blade, not the regular pen blade, but this one is the Warncliffe. It's a little bit shorter, yeah, just completely straight edge, really easy to sharpen, by the way, and the nail tool. So yeah, you can also use this as a screwdriver, I'd imagine, and it is tapered at the end for a little bit of prying, or also for the screwdriver use. I'm going to take this little key ring off and use the one that I put on here, just to kind of match the overall look of the knife, which is the blacked out look with the bronze, or brass, bullet bead, which is, let's see if this will show. Focus. Yeah, which this is the 40 S&W round. Found these bullet beads at, well, I made the bullet beads. I found the bullet casings, or the shells, at the local shooting range that we have here. Yeah, so this is just going to be the introduction of kind of what you need to start making them. I'm going to break this down into a couple videos, just so you guys don't have to sit through like a long video, and I can kind of edit it together, or edit the parts out that I need and don't need. Yeah. Anyway, so to get started, oh, one last thing. This is just what I do. Oh, first of all, yeah, this is just what I do. This by no means is the best way to do it. This is not the most professional means to do it. This is just, it works for me. As you can see, I get, well, I like to think I do a decent job on these, so the method works for me. Yeah, what I do is I'll use this as the sort of finishing Sat Classic, because this one's just a beater one. I've had this one, I've had this one for a while. It was when I was little. It's all beat up, because obviously I didn't take care of it very well. If you look close, you might be able to see that the blade is chipped in several areas. Yeah, it's just not a, yeah, I don't know how to put it. It's a beater. It's one that I just use for this. The scales are so loose on it that I can just pop them off, and I can test out my scales on here, which is nice for fitting them without damaging, or potentially damaging this one, because this one is pretty good condition. So yeah, I'd like to keep it like that. Anyway, what we're going to do is start off in this video. This is really basic. It's not going to be a long video, hopefully. Trace the, this is also another spare scale that I had. Trace this onto the G10, and in the next video I'll cut it and drill the little pilot holes to kind of clear the pins, which also I'll just show here. Sorry, it's tough to do behind a tripod. Yeah, you have to make something to clear these 4 pins, and it really helps to kind of clamp this together after you do it. And yeah, it really helps to have these holes pre-drilled, so you kind of have to sacrifice the scale, which sucks, but you know, it is what it is. This is coarse, or medium textured G10 I got from USA Knife Maker. I have a couple more slabs of this. Hopefully one day, probably, hopefully within the next month, I'm going to try to make my own knife, and so I'll be able to do some handling. I'll probably use orange G10 on it. Maybe I'll do some blue, who knows, maybe I'll stick with black. The black one doesn't get nearly as dirty as blue or orange. Yeah. Anyway, so this isn't the way that it's going to look. I'm going to have to put some oil on it to kind of give it a darker black color, and remove these little white lines on the side. Anyway, so this side is smooth. This is the one that we're going to do all of our marking on. So we're just going to use this here Sharpie, and let's see, just mark out the outline of one scale. Now this is just to give us sort of the rough dimensions of it when we're using a hacksaw to cut the scales free. So, I mean, obviously your outline's going to be a little bit bigger. I try to stay between the two lines that are created in this. Obviously it's much easier to see on like different colored G10. I really wish I had a better marker for this, but anyway, so what I'm going to do in the next video is hacksaw through this and kind of get the rough shape of the scales and then drill the holes. So I'll see you guys in the next video.